When I firstly got into self-improvement, I was about 14, 13, 12-ish years old. I got gradually introduced to self-improvement, by the way, because I started watching like health videos when I was 11 because I wanted to like be more healthy, be more strong, get better use of my puberty. And then I watched like fucking Dr. Mike, stuff like that, you know? I watched some doctors talk about some things. I watched I've watched a lot of health content mainly. When I was 12, I started going to the gym because my father actually I didn't go to the gym because my father wouldn't let me go to the gym. He was scared that the gym would damage my bones because I was very young. I don't judge him because he had problems with working, heavy working and doing heavy things in his teenage years. He did a lot of work and he ended up fracturing a lot of bones and having a lot of spinal problems. It is very risky, yeah, indeed. But in the gym, it is very controlled. It is very hard for you to get hurt at the gym being a teenager. So, when I was 13, it was only when I started watching like real self-improvement channels mixed with red pill channels. So I started watching Hamza, I started watching Andrew Tate. Oh, I started watching a lot of things when I was 13. And it kind of helped me out a lot in some sense, but it didn't at the same time in other senses because I was very ambitious. Since I started watching self-improvement videos, I was like, I need to get a company, I need to build a business, I need to do things with my life. And then I planned a lot of things. A lot of them were very hard to do, so I kept um, postergating it. I kept on doing procrastination in it, in some sense, to not do the things. I kept saying, no, I need to be older to do this. No, I need to be older to record for the YouTube channel because people won't believe in my words. I was worried about a lot of things. This worry only got me problems because I was very ambitious but couldn't have any. So I had all these worryings. I had all these notes and notebooks that I bought specifically for self-improvement, remembering me that I didn't do the things that I needed to do in the day. Yeah, this would get me very stressful, very stressful. However, I think the biggest mistake was not the stress, but really not doing the things, procrastinating. I always postergated it because I had some beliefs like, oh, I am in school, I don't need to do this right now, I don't need to work while I am at school, I can't really do this, I can't really. When in reality I was just saying, oh, I can't get rid of 1 hour a day of League of Legends so I can put 1 hour a day of work. You know, I I just couldn't do these things because I wouldn't want to work. Really, it was simply just like that. I didn't want to work. So what would I do? I would play video games. I would purposefully write down days, routines that I couldn't do so I had an excuse in the midst of the day to say, oh, I'm too tired. I think I want to play some video games. I think I want to watch some short videos. I think I'll scroll through my Instagram. And really, this didn't do anything useful for me. I was constantly for a fight with myself, trying to take the least effort route out of all the routes that I had. And I always would pick up this one. I always would give some excuse to not do work. I always would give up some excuse to not go to the gym even in some days. So, what you can get from this is that I was postulating so many things. I was trying to push things forward for future me to do. What really you should do is completely the opposite. You should be doing as much things as possible so your future self has the least work as possible. It is simply like that. That is the code to living a fulfilled, happy life. Do as many things as possible to make your future self's life as easier as possible. Why am I saying this? Because I didn't realize the time wasn't as slow as I thought it would be. So it is just a question of time for me to finish school. It was just a question of time for me to get out of my parents' house. But I thought this was so much time. I thought like having 3 years, having 4 years, it was so much time. And really, it was. It actually was a lot of time. But because this was a lot of time to do things, I would use up the available time for bad things instead. I would use up all my available time to play video games, all my available time to watch YouTube shorts that I would forget 10 minutes later. I would waste my time with so many things, and that was because I had free time. Then I became like an 18 years old much faster than I wished I should. The real problem with this was not that I didn't have enough time. No, it was just the usage of the time that I had. I had such a bad usage of time that I was thinking about having this channel for like 5 years. And still, I didn't start it for like any of these 5 years. I didn't do any fucking video. These videos are not top quality production. They're not good. I wouldn't say they're good, but I wouldn't say they're bad either right now. But the first video, the second video, the third video, the fourth, the fifth video, they were all horrible. Because I didn't do a video in my life. My editors didn't do a video in their lives. I didn't post a video in my life. I didn't use YouTube algorithm for nothing in my life. This wasn't a thing that I did before. It was going to be horrible any fucking way. You understand? I think about it 10,000 times plus about doing this channel without doing any action about it. And I could be thinking like a billion times about it, planning out a lot of things, but if I didn't do the videos, they would be bad, planning or not. So the first video that I would do would be bad if I planned it out or if I didn't. It would be bad anyways. So why did I postergate it so much? Why did I try and not do it for so much time? And you should realize as well, if you have a project for you to do, you should realize as soon as you possibly can that you do not have the amount of time that you think you have. Time doesn't pass slowly. Time is actually very brutal. There isn't anything as brutal in life as time. And you should be making very good use of yours. You should understand as well that you can feel some despise when you look at your past self. Right now I was talking about my past self being very rude with myself, I would say. I am talking only bad things about myself. You shouldn't be talking bad about your past self if you're the past self. Think about it. In 2 years from now, will your future self, be proud of you? Will your future self feel happy about the decisions that you're making right now? Would your future self be happy about you going to the comments of this video? Would your future self be happy for yourself for trying to distract yourself as much as possible from this comfortable video? Would your future self be happy with you if he knew that you skipped a lot of gym days to play video games, to waste your life on social media? Would your future self be grateful? Would your future self be grateful for yourself right now? Or would it be looking at you with the same despise that you look at your past self right now? This means that if you're 18, you will only be 18 today. The next day, you'll be 18 and one day old. This means that if you're telling your story to somebody, and imagine that somebody is someone that is very important to you, would you be proud to tell them what you did when you were 18 and 2 days old? If you think your future self won't be proud of you, that is the very first sign that you should change something. Stop being the retarded. Remember, the time isn't as low as you think it is. Time will catch you on, and it will be brutal. You won't have any time to do the things that you should be doing right now. You won't have the time to go to the gym and get instant muscle because you're young when you be 30. You won't get the time to even do the projects that you want to do because, oh, I can't do them because I am at school. I can't do them because when you're going to university, you'll have the same problem. No time. When you're going to work, you'll have the same problem. No time. You will have the very same problems every time of your life. Remember that you shouldn't be using your time as if it was infinite. The very most beautiful thing about the human life is that you don't have infinite time. You don't have infinite time to be playing video games all fucking day. You don't have infinite time to be watching short videos all fucking day. You don't have the infinite time that you probably wish you could. But this is what makes things beautiful. Because if everybody has infinite time, any conquer of something, any accomplishment wouldn't really matter. Because if you think to yourself, well, in 2000 years I could do the same thing. But this person did it in 15 days. And this is the very most beautiful thing of commitment. Commit to the things that you should do, and you will not regret the time that you are wasting right now. And now think to yourself about your past self. Think about all the times that you spent playing video games. Think about all the times that you spent watching YouTube shorts, TikTok, Instagram reels, watching short form content, watching non-educational content, watching gaming channels. Convert all this time to some ability, any ability. You're completely trading this time for a time playing the violin. Wouldn't you be one of the greatest violinists in the world? Be serious about it. You probably wasted like much more than 20,000 hours of your life with entertainment. Wouldn't you be a world-class violinist if you played for 20,000 hours? Of course you would. And you can do this for basically everything else in your life. If you convert your time to some skill or some work, you'd probably be world-class in it. So this is the only thing separating you from becoming a master in your craft. It is the bad usage of time. And the very biggest problem with time is that it is finite and it is relative. Let's do another thinking right now. Let's say that you are 0 years old. The time from when you're 0 years old to when you're 1 year old is a 1 year time. From them, 1 year is 100% of your life. It is a lot of time. 1 year is a lot of time. If you're now 2 years old, 1 year is only 50% of your time spent on earth. And therefore, in your mind, in your brain, it passes so much faster. It passes relatively so much faster. When you're 3, it is only 33% of the time that you lived. When you're 4, it is only 25% of the time that you lived. This lowers so fast, but so fast, that when you're 20 years old, 1 year, it is just 5% of your life. 1 whole year is just 5% of your life. When you're 25, it is just 4. So this is much more worrying than you think it is. Time will pass faster and faster and faster and faster. And you cannot stop it. So do all the things that you should be doing. Do the hard work that you should be doing. Do the hard studying. Do the hard task that you're postergating for yourself. And as always, remember, the value of a man is just as high as his ambitions. Bye-bye.